Welcome to the Black Mirror Podcast.
Join host Ho-Ho as he discusses the riveting Netflix original series,
Black Mirror. Now, here he is, Ho-Ho-Ho.
Welcome to Black Mirror Podcast, and as always, I am your host, Ho-Ho. So how y'all's doing? I hope you're doing good. I really do. Now, this episode is actually one that I watched quite a while ago. You see, my last episode entitled Hang the GJ, I put in there as episode 2, when in reality, I screwed up. And it is episode 4. And so today, we're actually going to be doing the actual episode 2 entitled Arkangel. Now, this one, I'll tell you what, a lot of my issues regarding this one, it was about perspective, okay? Because, you know, it's a difference between old school mentality in raising kids and new school mentality in raising kids. A dad's perspective versus a mom's perspective, a guy's perspective versus a woman's perspective, an adult's perspective that's a boy versus a child's perspective that's a girl. I mean, there was all kinds of issues that I had in doing this one. And I really didn't know a good way to really even go about doing this episode until recently, you know, spelling it out as far as, you know, perspective. Those are my issues. You see, whenever I was younger, okay, I'm a Gen Xer, and there's a lot of differences between how I was being raised versus how children nowadays are being raised. A lot of differences. I mean, holy crap. You see, we didn't have, you know, children my age. We didn't have child-proof anything, okay? We learned things the hard way. Lessons learned the hard way are the lessons that tend to kind of stick with you better, okay? We didn't have plugs over the outlets to keep stupid kids from putting a fork in there because, you know, hey, you'll only do it once. And then you'll learn. You know, it was kind of that screw around, find out mentality that our parents had. You know, they'll tell you once, don't put a fork in that, it'll hurt. Okay, just holy crap, you're right, it hurt. I ain't going to do that again. You know, don't touch the stove, son, it's hot. You know, that flamage coming out of there means it's hot. Don't touch it. Only tell you once. After that, you're going to burn yourself, and then you're going to learn the hard way. Don't touch. You know, your parents are trying to keep you safe. Don't touch. You know, a difference in, you know, a dad's perspective versus a mom's perspective. And you know, in a matter of speaking too, it's a difference between I don't have kids versus somebody that does have kids. And there's a very good possibility, and I acknowledge this, that if I were a parent, and I'm sure that there would be a difference between if I had a son versus a daughter, that I'm sure that I might feel different about a lot of these things. Some of these things I kind of highly doubt that I will, but in other aspects, I'm sure that I would feel a lot differently. And this episode, Arkangel, is really a story of a mother who possibly goes too far, but at the same time, I understand where she's coming from, and I can empathize with what's going on, because I can't say that in that same type of a situation, I wouldn't do some of the same things that she did to keep my child safe. Because how this episode started off, it was, you know, a mom having her kid, having her daughter, and, you know, dad wasn't in the issue, so she's a single mom. We don't know in the story where the dad is. We have no idea. He's not part of it. He's not there. What happens? We have no idea. We can't even really speculate because he's not talked about at all. Like, he's nowhere to be found. He's not there. So we can't even speculate really what's going on. We don't know. But she had her daughter, and, you know, around the age of 5, let's just say that, you know, maybe 4, maybe 5. I doubt any older than 5. You know, definitely not any older than 5. I wouldn't say 6. You know, but the daughter, whose name is Sarah, so we'll just refer to her as Sarah. You know, they go to a play area and they're playing. The mom, you know, is talking to one of the other moms, and, you know, turns her back on the kid playing in the play set, and she wanders off. And she can't find her daughter. You know, the mom can't find her daughter, Sarah, can't find her. looking, holy crap, and this scares the bejesus out of her. It really does. And I'm like, holy crap, I can't even imagine, this kind of fear going through me. Again, I'm not a parent. I couldn't even imagine this kind of fear. But it is that very fear that pushed the mom to look into this Arkangel. And is what Arkangel is a company that puts an implant in your children to where you can see where your kid's at, their location, kind of like microchipping your dogs. Same type of thing. But Arkangel takes this so many steps further because of what Arkangel allows the parent to do using this interface, which is a tablet, to see what your kid is seeing, to hear what your children are hearing, even to get medical information, heart rate, different, nutritional information. And even whether your kid is doing drugs or not, we come to find out, And it even took it a step further because they had this parental control feature on the interface that allowed the parents to filter what the kid, what their children are seeing and hearing, to where if it is something that causes the child distress that, or something that the parent doesn't think they should be watching, violence, what have you, that it filters it. It's like a censor type of, or like, censoring somebody, the fuzzy of it, and even mutes the sound of it. Okay. And so the daughter going through school can't see anything that is violent, can't see porn, can't see blood, can't even see somebody crying. Okay. And Sarah, the daughter, now let's say this was around maybe 9 years old. Okay. She is wanting to experience. Okay. That's what she wants to do. She's wanting to experience, she can't even draw a picture of blood without it being censored and blurred out. And she gets angry about this, and she starts stabbing herself, and of course it mutes it blurs it away to where she can't even see her own blood. It's like, holy crap. Goes to the doctor, and the doctor does everything but going, well, yeah, you caused your girl to have this kind of response because she has no idea how to understand facial expression, social development hasn't happened because you've protected her to where she doesn't see things. So she has no idea. So yeah, you caused this. He does everything but just come out and say that, yeah, you caused your child to have this type of reaction. So she, the mother decides that she's going to turn this off and do away with it and everything else. Okay. Finally, time passes, 15. She lies. Now, this is where the story, it kind of cracked me up, okay? Because the daughter knows, Sarah knows that her mom has this device, knows that, her mother has the capability to see what she sees, hear what she hears, okay? To get the information about her health and well-being if she takes any illegal substance, okay? She has the ability to learn this. And so, she does what any teenager would do. She lies to her mom about what she's doing, causing the mom to get worried and concerned, and the mom turns back on the device to see what's going on. Catches her daughter doing some stuff that she didn't want to catch her doing, and holy crap. And let's just say it spirals out of control from there. I mean, boy, howdy, does it ever spiral out of control in epic fashion. In epic fashion. Now, here's the thing, man. I'm like, okay, as a child perspective, yeah, you just got to let your kids experience, develop, And yeah, there may be issues, but that's the price that we pay. I understand the mom's perspective because yeah, she just wants to know that her daughter is safe. But when is enough enough? That's kind of a valid question in this. When's enough enough? When is too far too far? So here's the exercise. All right. Here's the exercise. Where would you stand on something like this? As a parent. Okay. Is this something that you would want to do? What aspects of this Arkangel do you think is kind of a neat idea? Something that you would like to learn or something that you would like to do with your children? See what your kids are seeing, hear what your kids are hearing, censor that feedback. Okay. Know where your child is at through a microchip that gives the GPS location, coordinates, what have you, and know where your kid's at all times. As a child, how would you feel if your parents had such technology when you were growing up? Would you feel the same way Sarah felt whenever that got turned on and she could see what was going on? I mean, holy crap. I mean, man, I know growing up back in the day, that there are instances where I am very, very glad that we didn't have cell phones and that there was no photographic or video evidence of some of the stupid stuff that we did. Although in some cases I wish there were because, nobody believes you on some of the stuff you said that you did. It's like, there ain't no way that you were that stupid or that you were that brave or that, that happened. Oh, but it did. So there's the thought experiments on this episode, Arkangel, Season 4, Episode 5. Head on over to thehohoshow.com, click on that forum tab and just go into the discussion board for Season 4 and let me know what you all think about, this episode. Do you think the mom went too far? Do you understand why the mom did what she did? Is this some technology that you would like to see implemented nowadays in your own children? And look at it from the child's perspective too. Is this something that you would want to have done to you as a child? These are the questions that I'm kind of curious about. Let me know. I know how I would feel. In some of these instances, knowing where my kid is at, yeah, I don't see how that could be, necessarily a bad thing. Some of all the other stuff, I don't know. As a parent, I might feel different than how I feel right now. But as a kid, oh, holy crap, I would not be happy. I am sure that I would not be happy. So, guys, that is all I got for you today. Let me know how you guys think or how you feel on any of this. So we will be back on track with episode 3, the next one being Crocodile, and then we're good to go on all of our episodes, being exactly where back up to episode 4 with Hang the DJ on the last one. So you know what, y'all just have yourself a great one. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time. Thank you for listening to Black Mirror Podcast. If you would like to comment on this episode, head on over to Spreaker.com. And if you would like to join the discussion, head on over to thehohoshow.com, click on the forum tab, and join the discussion for this season. Until next time.